Hi guys. So I'm gonna read More Fun Comics number 73. So this is the first appearance of Green Arrow and Aquaman. I'm gonna read the Green Arrow story first. So the twin debuts of Aquaman and Green Arrow. This is Millennium, I think, editions. So this is a re-release comic. And so there's a Spectre Doctor Fate story. I'll read the Doctor Fate story one day. I'll also read a bunch of Spectre stories too. Three smashing new features. Number 73, More Fun Comics. Smashing Two-Fisted Exploits of Dr. Fate. And there's the old DC Comics logo in the 90s. 1,000 years ago, the state of art that combines words and pictures was the illuminated manuscript, a carefully crafted fragile document telling a tale only select few would be ever privileged to read. 1,000 years from now, the art form may evolve so that each of us takes the raw electrons from the air and turn them into our own fantasies, moving and speaking on command for the world to access. Sort of like the internet. In between those forms, we have comics. DC Comics celebrates the millennium mark, so this was made in the year 2000, by offering the best and most vital examples of our art form. This Millennium Collection represents our most creative, most cataclysmic, and most collectible issues for your shelf. So Paul Levitz, Executive Vice President and Publisher at that time. So remembering the Millennium, from the moment Superman leaped his first tall building and outraced his first speeding bullet, comic publishers furiously contended to come up with the next big thing, the next costumed hero who would capture the imagination of the nation's youth. Anthology books were a good proving ground for would-be successors to the Man of Steel. Among the richest of these four-color gold mines was More Fun Comics. It began life in 1935 as New Fun Comics, the very first title published by DC Comics. And as More Fun, the title showcased heroes as diverse as Superboy, the Spectre, Dr. Fate, Johnny Quick, and Congo Bill. Among the richest issues, also, Congo Bill had a movie, like it was a film serial in the late 40s. I've never seen it, but yeah, and he also became Kongorilla. Congo Bill became the superhero Kongorilla as like a magical character. Among the first richest issues of More Fun is number 73, which spawned two of DC's most enduring superheroes, Aquaman and the Green Arrow, as well as featuring several others who remain as part of the DC universe to this day. The brainchild of editor-writer Mort Weisinger and artist Paul Norris. Yeah, in the other video, where I was explaining the Marvel, Timely Marvel, I accidentally got I got Bill Everett and Mort Weisinger mixed up because I'm a dummy. So I'm sorry about that. But anyway, Aquaman. Yeah, the original story for Aquaman was he was the son of an undersea explorer who discovered the lost city of Atlantis. Studying the records of this lost civilization, the explorer taught his son to live under the ocean, drawing oxygen from the water and using all the power of the sea to make him wonderfully strong and swift. He even taught his son to communicate with and command the creatures of the deep. The details of Aquaman's origins are a little fuzzy in the first story. His mother is merely mentioned as having died when he was young. Years later, readers would learn that she was a citizen of Atlantis who passed on her aquatic traits to her son. Yeah, they completely redid Aquaman's story in the late 50s. Because I think Aquaman originally didn't even have like a real name. It wasn't Arthur Curry. Like, he didn't even have a name. Even our hero's real name, yes, so even our hero's real name is missing in this first adventure, but the groundwork has been laid. Aquaman would remain for much of his career a rough and tumble swimmer who hangs out with porpoises and giant squid and saved innocent sailors from some. Yeah, I don't think that was downloaded in the scam. Yeah, so at this time, Green Arrow wasn't very popular. Aquaman was a lot more popular than Green Arrow. That still is kind of today. Green Aquaman's still more popular than Green Arrow. But anyway, we're going to read the Green Arrow story first. I think the next video will be Aquaman. So the Green Arrow. The Green Arrow and Speedy, wizard archers of the century, crush the cavalcade of crime when the murder visits the History Club, and a mystery killer bequeaths strange dooms to the namesakes of famous men. Midnight in Manhattan, and a cowled figure strikes swiftly, doling out death. Abraham Lincoln died by the gun, and so do you. First at George Lincoln's home. Next at the harbor where millionaire John Hale has anchored his yacht. The noose was good enough for your namesake, Nathan Hale. The hooded killer strikes his third blow for the night at the home of Anthony Caesar, oil magnate. Julius Caesar died by the knife, the same to you. The next day at the apartment of Oliver Queen and Roy Harper, who are in reality the Green Arrow and Speedy, the Cyclone Kid. Happy vacation days ahead, eh, Roy? And boy, we could use one. The case of the Golden Mummy sure had us busy. Suddenly, the radio blares out a startling announcement. Newsflash, the police are still baffled by the mysterious murders of 3 members of the famous History Club last night. No clues, etc., etc. Here we go again. You said it. A short time later, the dauntless team of crime crushers, known throughout the world as the Green Arrow and Speedy, race through an underground tunnel to a secret garage that harbors the fastest car on wheels, the Aeroplane, a super streamlined racer capable of amazing speed. First stop is the History Club. The Green Arrow steps on the accelerator and the Aeroplane is off, like a thunderbolt streaking through the streets. This is the club, Speedy. You watch the car. Contact. At the word contact, Speedy gently presses a trigger below the dashboard and the Green Arrow is shot from his cockpit, propelled by a powerful catapult located beneath the seat. This is faster than using the stairs. The Green Arrow! I suppose you're familiar with our organization. Each member has a famous namesake. My name's Ezra Sampson. I'm the treasurer. At my right is Frank Darcy, president. At my left is Amos Socrates. And I'm Leonard Achilles. I'm next. I received a note in the mail this morning warning me that I would die like my namesake Achilles. He died from a wound in his heel, if you remember your mythology. But he won't get me. Whoever this killer is, I'm wearing metal boots. Perhaps that's what he wanted you to do. Take them off. No, I won't. You're tricking me. Oh! Achilles' body goes rigid as a deadly hum is heard. As the Green Arrow lifts the small rug to disclose a metal plate, a bullet whistles past his head. He's being electrocuted. What's that? As fast as lightning, the wizard archer fires a line across to the adjoining building. Now for some fancy tightrope walking. With the agility of a cat, he makes his way to the opposite building. I see you don't want company, fella. Well, look who's joining in the skunk hunt. I catapulted up here just in time, methinks. They spot their quarry in a distant building. Okay, Speedy, let him have it. Cubit is nothing on me. A rain of arrows pinned the criminal to a pigeon coop. Them guys could thread a needle with an arrow. Why did you try to shoot at me? I'm Muggsy Smith. The chief told me to plug you if you entered the club. I don't know who he is. He's always masked. But I gotta meet him in the gang at the hideout at 5. Oh, sorry about that. Having delivered the criminal to the police, the Green Arrow and Speedy roar back to their apartment. Don't tell me you're going to take the place of that thug. Right, and I'll be at their hideout at 5 as Muggsy. There, and now to walk into the lion's den. I'll be waiting outside the hideout just in case. 5 o'clock, the Green Arrow takes his place among the men responsible for the namesake murders. The next to die is Frank Darcy, but first we must destroy a traitor. Could he have seen through my disguise? Suddenly, the masked leader steps forward and grasps Muggsy's hand. He holds it aloft. That ain't Muggsy. Muggsy only had 4 fingers on his right hand. He's a spy. Grab him. That's it, men. Hold him. He's wearing a mask. And grease paint. Cough, cough. Oof. Overcome by the odds, the true identity of Muggsy is revealed. So, the Green Arrow took it upon himself to interfere. A very sad decision. Ha ha ha. Look who I found snooping around outside, Chief. It looks as though we made a clean sweep. And now, my friends, goodbye. But before we leave, I shall turn the gas on. So, when I return, the Green Arrow will be dead as William Tell. We prefer the gas to your company. The poisonous fumes weaken the efforts of the companions to loosen their bonds. Almost got him, but I can't continue. Hang on, I've got an idea. The Green Arrow slips his right shoe loose with his left and kicks it through the nearby window. There, fresh air. Later in the aeroplane. Feels good to get into your togs again, eh? You bet, but let's hurry to Darcy's home. I should have said this, but calling the car to aeroplane is really weird. Whenever it says aeroplane, I think it's like a plane. But I don't know why a car is called a plane. Anyway, it's kind of weird. Anyway, unless I'm very wrong, our clever killer intends to find Darcy off the way. Joan d'Arc was executed. Death by burning at the stake. At Darcy's home. Smoke, I hope we're not too late. Projected by the catapult, the Green Arrow enters the flame-filled room. The windows being left open so that the draft will feed the flames. Help, cough, cough. Easy, pal, I'll get you out of here. It's no use, Green Arrow. We're trapped. We can't leap from this height. No, but we can walk. In response to his signal, Speedy sends shaft after shaft into the side of the building, making a ladder of arrows for his friend. This is what they mean by the straight and narrow path. Thanks for saving my life, Green Arrow. You better hurry after Samson now. He also received a threat. So Ezra Sampson's next on their schedule. The wizard archers rocket through the streets in their aeroplane. So how did Samson die? He met his doom when a building collapsed, Speedy. I wonder, will that be Ezra Sampson's fate? In the office of Ezra Sampson. Sampson bound and gagged, and a bomb, and it's about to go off. The Green Arrow acts with incredible speed. How's that? Not bad. Our killer's plan is all wet now. Acme water cooler. Lucky for me you arrived in time. That bomb was due to go off any moment, and the walls of his office would have caved in. Well, you're free now. Later at the apartment. This bomb, it carries a clue to the killer's identity. The killer must be Amos Socrates. He's the only one left. Besides, he's tall. I don't know, Speedy. This is the most puzzling case I've ever encountered. But let's visit Socrates. Looking into the studio of Amos Socrates, the wizard archers see a strange sight. He's forcing Socrates to drink poison from a cup. That's the way Socrates the philosopher died. The Green Arrow! I'm getting out of here. As the mystery murderer flees, an arrow strikes him in the foot. Wounded and still running, just as I thought. After a short chase, the masked man is cornered into a corridor, and in the brief moment he is pinned to the wall by Green Arrow and Speedy. So he finally caught you, Ezra Sampson. Look, he's wearing stilts to make himself taller. That's why the arrows didn't harm him. The exposed criminal makes a mighty leap and breaks loose, heading for the street. Come on, Speedy, to the aeroplane. Try and take me, Green Arrow. Ha! The desperate Samson heads for the city limits in his car. I deduced that the killer was Samson when I examined the bomb. There was only a harmless powder inside. He staged that act for me so I wouldn't suspect him. The Green Arrow releases a shaft from his bow, steering the aeroplane, meanwhile with his knees. This'll stop him for good. Bang. Yo! Samson's car swerves crazily and then plunges over an embankment. A mass of twisted and tangled steel forms a coffin for the arch-criminal. Later at the History Club, Samson hoped to kill you all and make it seem that Socrates was the real killer. Socrates' death would seem like a suicide. Samson was the treasurer of your club. If you'll check his books, you'll probably find that he had embezzled a small fortune. That's a good enough motive for a man of his caliber. But he failed thanks to you. In the trophy room of Oliver Queen's apartment. And so another souvenir, proving that crime doesn't pay. A fake bomb, but it ends the case of the namesake murders. But other daring criminals arise to add more trophies to the Green Arrow's collection. See the Wizard Archers combat another criminal carnival next month. So yeah, that's the end of that story. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you could like, comment, or subscribe, that'd be appreciated. Yeah, thank you, and I'll see you guys later.